Hey, my fellow empath, highly sensitive, Earth Angel, Starseed, God's chosen one women, ladies out there. We are very, very deeply sensitive and we are healers of the world. And we're here to help and heal others. And this is something important that I want to share with you today. If you need to hear this, that's if you're dealing with a narcissistic ex or a boyfriend, husband, someone, he's a man and he was supposed to love you and he was supposed to be a life partner of yours. You are supposed to be able to depend on him. Maybe you have fallen in love with him and you used to wonder if it's one-sided or whatever the situation was. So especially if you've been scapegoated, like usually happens to girls and women like us when we're sensitive empaths and highly sensitive people, and we have been children and we have been born into toxic, abusive, narcissistic families. So this means that we are generational cycle breakers, the healers and the light bringers, light workers, chosen ones, chosen children of God, earth angels, starseeds. And so we have been scapegoated because we are so kind and giving. So like what happened to me, that's my mother was basically using me as her free therapist my entire childhood. And she was always wanting to control me. And she would still be doing that unless if I didn't stand up for myself. So especially when you have had a narcissistic mother and you are a highly sensitive girl, woman, child, an earth angel, you are an empath. So it hurts even more for those reasons, because you have that wiring within you that you are so empathetic and sensitive and kind and forgiving. You do everything for people when you care about them. You are very loyal and all of these things. So naturally, your narcissistic mother has been using these against you. And I have been thinking about this topic a lot lately, and I've been mentioning this topic also in my videos. If you've been watching my work, that's how hurtful it can be when you are in this setting. So because you've been scapegoated, you may still be blaming yourself for everything because they have been blaming you. That is what scapegoating is. That the people who are supposed to love you turn against you and abuse you, neglect you and all of that. They don't even get to know you. They don't treat you with authentic respect. They violate your boundaries over and over again and so forth. So maybe you still have this programming. And of course, if you need more help and support, I would be happy to help you in my one-on-one sessions. And do check out my self-help book on Amazon. It will also help you. But anyway, these are my thoughts that are just coming, that if you're dealing with a man like this in your life, so those people have been manipulating you, and if you are dealing with a narcissistic man or have been, you have to remember that that person has been trying to manipulate you in every possible way. And again, it's not the victim's fault if they are encountering toxic people and if a victim is being abused. There is no excuse to bullying and abusing somebody. There is never an excuse to that. That person is very unhealthy and they should grow the fuck up and seek therapy and help. But yes, usually they don't do this, and then they send innocent, kind people to therapy, which is, again, it's not okay. It's not acceptable. So this topic is just coming to me that you cannot be having a husband out of a toxic man who is immature. They are a little boy within. So they have narcissistic traits. They can fully be a narcissist without the diagnosis, possibly. Usually, of course, they don't have those diagnoses because they don't seek the help, because they don't look in the mirror, because their fragile egos prevent them from doing so. So this is again why they just go around projecting their issues on others. And you have been the target of that projection. Very, very, very likely. So again, a kind reminder that nobody has the right to violate your boundaries and abuse you, treat you one way and then the next way. People who are being very inconsistent can be very manipulative. They are all about their needs. They are selfish and immature and toxic, likely being narcissists as well. So this is again why as sensitive empaths and highly sensitive people, we must be acknowledging and respecting, honoring our own intuition, and to see the person's actions for what it is. So when mental and emotional manipulation is happening, it is important to be recognizing the truth. I have seen so many people, like I've been saying sometimes, so many who are supposed to be like doctors, dentists, mental health professionals, social workers, who are supposed to be helping and supporting people, volunteers, so whether they are paid for it or not. But I've seen so many toxic people who just violate your boundaries. They are so low vibrational and negative and toxic and narcissistic, and customer service people as well. So it is just like, it is so crazy. So I'm just doing my best now, and also sharing to my followers that if you feel that something is off, something is too negative, just stay away from it. Don't engage with it. Do not call them, do not message, no nothing. So you cannot be making a husband and a trustworthy boyfriend, a life partner out of a toxic narcissist. They will always be in competition with you. And this thought was just coming to me today, that because my father was schizophrenic, he's dead already, but he became that way when I was 3 years old and he was taken away. So he was so severely sick that after that he did not lead a normal life anymore. He was always living in this constant state of his own delusional world. And so this thought was just coming to me, this download was coming to me today that I wanted to share, that this is common with narcissistic people as well as schizophrenics, because they live in their own delusional creation. So again, all they do is pick fights, arguments, conflicts. They create drama. And again, your job is to just pray to Jesus as a chosen one, have faith and trust in yourself, in God, in your angels, in the universe, to love and support you. Because there is love and support always available for us, whether we notice it or not. But it's our job to feel it and notice it and pay attention to it and stay in the energy of love and joy and peace, because ultimately it's the only way to go. We cannot build anything with negative energies that is sustainable, that is consistent. So again, if a person is not being, doesn't matter who it is, but if they are not being respectful and consistent and trustworthy, they just are not worthy of you. I just wanted to talk about this because I was in interaction with this person who I used to know, who I used to have a big crush on, and I felt that I even loved him. And I wondered if he's my true twin flame. Maybe he even is, but he has a lot of demons. And so I just want to warn you ladies who are like me, you're sensitive, kind empaths and HSPs, earth angels out there. So do not contact that man. If he has already disrespected and hurt you, do not go back. Don't contact, don't email, don't even think about them. Don't give them any energy. Forgive yourself release, let go, be protecting your peace and your health and creating a better life for yourself, because if you contact them, likely they will hurt you all over again. Because that man only sees his own needs and what he wants from you. And if you contact him, he will think that he still has access to you and can treat you in any way that he wishes or he can. Because again, these toxic people, they cannot give healthy, respectful communication and healthy treatment. So it's not going to be changed unless they have really taken a good hard look in the mirror and wanted to change and heal and evolve and actually be a better person, a better man. But a person has to want to do that. We cannot force people to heal. So all we can do is just be releasing them and praying for them. So because it is so exhausting and draining and toxic. Such an immature, negative, low vibrational energy. So it is impossible to be dealing with them. So again, the only way is to be setting your healthy boundaries, telling them no. If they do not hear you, then you just have to give them your silence and be cutting them off. Of course, this can happen, that they are also turning their back on you the more you call them out and stand up for yourself. That can also happen. Or they just completely shut down and stop communicating with you. It's also possible. But anyway, the result should be and is the same. That there is no more contact.